We will listen to the story one more time, and then we will do the exercise together.
The landlord's oldest son went to the forest to look for the rabbit. The kind old man appeared to him. "Go to Aniz, the shepherd boy. He can help you," he said. The oldest son found Aniz and explained his problem. The shepherd boy played a beautiful song on his flute, and the rabbit came out of the forest and hopped into the bag. On the way home, the oldest son opened the bag to check that the rabbit was there. In that exact moment, the rabbit jumped out of the bag and ran away. The oldest son looked and looked for the rabbit, but he couldn't find it. When he arrived at his father's house with the empty bag, his father was so angry that his face turned very red. The next day, the second son went to find the rabbit. The kind old man appeared and sent him to Aniz. Aniz played his beautiful song again, and the rabbit appeared and hopped into the bag. The second son carried it to his father's house. On the way home, he also looked into the bag. The rabbit jumped out again. This time when the son arrived, the father's face turned purple. Finally, the third son went to look for the rabbit. All the same things happened, and the rabbit escaped again. The landlord turned red, and then purple, and then blue. He screamed at his three sons. Then he went to find the rabbit himself. He walked into the forest. Then he heard the sound of the flute. He saw Aniz, and he heard some noises in the shadows. "It's the rabbit," he thought. He looked again, but it wasn't the rabbit. In the shadows, there were bears, tigers, and wolves. They were listening to Ani's music. Ani saw the landlord and stopped playing. The animals formed a circle around the landlord. They were very hungry. The landlord started to cry. He couldn't escape. He begged Ani's for help. Ani saw a big opportunity. He told the landlord, "Promise to be kind and generous." The landlord agreed, and Aniz played his flute again. The animals fell asleep on the grass. After that, the landlord was always kind and generous to Aniz and to everyone in the village.
All right, now let's do the exercise number 4. Number 4, circle the correct alternatives according to the story. Number 1, the landlord sent his sons to find a special rabbit. The landlord sent his sons to find a special rabbit. Let's go to the number 2. Number 2, the kind old man sent the landlord's sons to Aniz. So, students, todos os sons do landlord, quando foram atrás do rabbit, eles encontraram no meio do caminho o kind old man. And the kind old man sent the landlord's sons to Aniz. Number 3. The white rabbit appeared when Aniz played the flute. So, students, when did the white rabbit appear? Quando o coelho branco aparecia? When did the white rabbit appear? The white rabbit appeared when Aniz played the flute. Let's go to number 4. The landlord found dangerous animals in the forest. So, kids, let me ask you something. What did the landlord find in the forest? O que o landlord encontrou lá na forest, kids? Did he find the white rabbit? No, he didn't. What did he find? Dangerous animals like tigers and bears. Number 5. Became kind and generous. Kids, who became kind and generous? Was it Aniz? No, it wasn't. Porque o Aniz já era kind and generous. Who became kind and generous was the landlord. So number 5, the landlord became kind and generous. Então, kids, do you remember that the landlord broke the flute of Aniz? Do you remember that? Vocês lembram disso? The landlord broke the flute, right? E no final das contas, quem salvou ele dos dangerous animals foi quem? Who was it? It was Aniz and the flute. Então vamos lá, kids. Quando o Aniz foi salvar o landlord, quando o landlord pediu para ele ser salvo, when the landlord asked Aniz to help him, o Aniz viu uma big opportunity. He saw a big opportunity. So he told the landlord, promise to be kind and generous. Prometa ser gentil e generoso. Promise to be kind and generous. And after this, the landlord agreed and Aniz played his flute again. Students, what happened when Aniz played his flute again? O que aconteceu quando o Aniz tocou a flauta novamente? What happened? The animals fell asleep on the grass. And after that, the landlord was always kind and generous to Aniz and to everyone in the village. And this is the end of the story. So kids, what did we learn with this story? What did we learn with this story? O que nós aprendemos com essa história? What did we learn with this story? We learned that we can't mistreat people. We can't mistreat people. Não podemos maltratar as pessoas. We can't mistreat people. It is important to be kind and generous to everyone. So that's it, kids. Kisses and bye-bye.